Welcome back, everyone. And a quick thanks to Alarms.Global for keeping us plugged into what's happening around the world.
Absolutely.
So let's dive right in. Have you heard about this prisoner exchange between Russia and Ukraine?
Yes, I have seen the reports on that.
Okay, so on April 19th, quite a large number released, wasn't it? 277 Ukrainians, 246 Russians, and the UAE was involved somehow.
That's right. It's definitely notable for being the largest exchange since the conflict kicked off. It really highlights the sheer human scale involved. And the UAE's participation, yeah, that does suggest maybe a potential channel for future diplomacy.
Interesting.
Although it's happening even as we hear reports that the ceasefire isn't really holding, which underlines just how fragile things are.
Right, a difficult situation. Okay, shifting gears. Iraq, sandstorms. Did you catch that?
Yes, saw that too. Pretty severe.
What's the situation on the ground there?
Well, central and southern Iraq got hit hard. Visibility dropped drastically, which unfortunately led to over 300 to 700 people needing hospital treatment for breathing problems.
Wow, 3,700. That's a lot.
It is. And airports in Najaf and Basra, they had to shut down operations for a while.
And the cause.
Experts are increasingly pointing the finger at, well, climate change and desertification. We're seeing these intense events happen more often, sort of a direct impact.
Yeah, scary stuff. Okay, let's talk tech. Huawei and China Unicom, anything crossing your desk?
Yes.
What's the scoop?
They've just launched China's first commercial 10G broadband network. It's in Sunan County near Beijing.
10G.
Yeah, it's a pretty big leap forward for the telecom infrastructure.
Right.
It means much, much faster internet speeds for people in that area. Makes you wonder about, the next steps for connectivity.
Definitely one to watch. All right, moving over to Europe. Poland.
Oh.
Have you heard about the terrible flooding there?
Yes, I did see that. Just awful news.
What can you tell us?
Przemysl, it's in the southeast, experienced its worst flooding in literally a century, followed some really intense rainfall.
Oh, no.
Sadly, reports say 80% of homes were damaged. Huge disruption, obviously. The government's already allocating funds for recovery, but it just underscores the growing risk from these extreme weather events.
Really tough situation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head to the South China Sea. Tensions flaring up again. Anything you've seen?
Yes.
Lay it on us.
Reports say the China Coast Guard repelled a Philippine Coast Guard vessel near Huangjin Island, or Scarborough Shoal.
Ah.
Yeah, China accused them of provocative actions. It highlights the ongoing disputes and how sensitive things remain in that region. Stability concerns, definitely.
Got it. Okay. How about South Asia? U.S. issued a travel advisory for Bangladesh. Heard about that one?
Yes, I did.
What's the reasoning behind it?
The State Department put out a Level 3 advisory. They're urging citizens to reconsider travel, citing civil unrest, crime, and also terrorism concerns following a rise in political instability there.
Okay, good to know. Switching to food safety. Any recalls we should know about, specifically in Canada?
Yes, there is one.
Tell us more.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the CFIA, recalled some frozen pastry products. They're under the Sweet Cream and D Effic Tea brands.
Okay.
Potential salmonella contamination. It affects products sold in Ontario and Alberta. So the advice is, check your freezer, return them, or just dispose of them safely.
Good advice. All right, Middle East travel again. Syrian Airlines. Any news there?
Yes, a development there.
What's that?
Syrian Airlines has actually resumed direct flights between Damascus and the UAE, specifically to Dubai and Sharjah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it could be seen as perhaps a small step towards normalizing relations between Syria and the UAE.
Okay. And finally, Pakistan and Afghan nationals. Heard anything on that front?
Yes.
What's the story there?
Pakistan repatriated 170 Afghan nationals who were in its prisons, handed them over to Afghan authorities at the border.
I see.
It's part of their ongoing efforts to manage refugees and detainees. It remains a complex and sensitive issue, of course, with concerns sometimes raised about forced repatriations.
Understood. Well, that covers quite a bit of ground for April 20th, 2025. A real snapshot of global events.
Indeed. Lots going on.
If you found this deep dive insightful, do us a favor and hit that like button. And once again, thanks to Alarms.Global for the intelligence.
Thanks, everyone.